Today we're gonna install airbag in the rear suspension. It's called airlift. And if you see the box, there is a lifetime warranty and easy to install in 1 to 2 hours. Do you believe that?
I don't know, maybe if you've done it before and you have a lift and you have power tools and stuff. But we were at a dead-end road here next to the desert and I'm not sure.
So we're gonna install this airbag to Ford Transit.
So you should talk about why we're doing it.
We have a lot of stuff on the back of the van. So every time there's a small hill or like a rough road, the back of the van is scratching all the time. As you can see, there's a lot of dust in there. So we're gonna go to Mexico. The road is gonna be more rough. So we kind of have to put the airbags in the suspensions. And hopefully we can drive Mexico safely. First of all, we use the jack to lift out the back of the van. For the safety, don't forget to put the rocks on the front tires. So we got this jack stand. What is this for?
Basically, we're going to put it in front of the tires there.
Yeah.
Basically, it's going to be our safety. So in case that jack fails,
Yeah.
this is going to
Still hold up the van.
Yeah.
This is a 3-ton jack stand.
The van's probably a bit heavier than that. Okay.
Did you just break it?
Yeah. It's broken already.
Is this safe? Ooh, I guess it's holding.
So I want to make this even higher though.
So this yellow jack was not long enough to pull up the back rear tire. So we put the wood underneath and try to lift it up higher.
See how this wood handles this.
Ooh, I can hear the sound.
I thought it was going to go one more click high.
It's not doing much, huh?
Just want a bit of the load to be on the jack and this, because the jack stands aren't quite strong enough.
Yeah. It was kind of tricky to place the jack stand. We wanted to place them near the rear tire, but we couldn't find a good place. So we decided to place them in the back. Hopefully, this is gonna work out well. Okay, I guess this is the airbag, right?
Yep.
And something, stuff in the box. Oh, big. Something.
They're all the same.
Yeah, look like same.
Yeah. Swivel fitting for the airline.
Finger tightness and
then 1.5 turns, but from experience, that seems like way too much. 1.5. This seems really tight already. This doesn't get tight, I guess. It's just on a swivel. Okay, and then we put this plate on, like this. Yeah, flathead screws, it says. Don't torque to more than 20 foot-pounds. Torque wrench is going to make sure it's at the right tightness.
how can you tell?
You can't tell yet, it didn't click.
Oh,
It's 20. It's 20. Okay. Lower bracket. These are the same, I guess.
the long one.
Is that 6-inch?
Probably, that's the longest.
Yeah, there's nothing else that's even close to that.
Yeah.
And the carriage bolt is something that is round on the top and has these kind of square bot underneath
Oh,
on the
interesting.
cap. That's called a carriage bolt. And the way that works is that it fits in the square hole and it just locks into place there.
Cool.
So,
And this one?
yeah. Put this on and set this so it's going this way. Opposite. These bolts have to be opposite of the air lock washer, then regular washer, lock washer, then regular washer. Put them in hand tight.
So you're gonna tighten up after you put this in.
Yeah, because this has a sliding hole, so you can align it properly once it's in there. Just make sure you can move it around. Okay, installing the air spring already. Okay, that's fast.
I guess we can finish within 2 hours.
3 hours.
It's time to crawl under the van.
Okay, so the first thing we have to do, pull this thing off. I think it's called a jounce or a bumper.
Is it so easy to take that off the bumper?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then we have to remove this piece. Shockingly long bolt. Are you filming me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so do this.
Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah.
Button head screw. Okay, so you actually have to use Allen keys. It goes like this. We put this in.
It goes the same hole as before.
This bracket, this piece has to be up against the van. The frame rail here.
So the other side is like opposite. This come inside, other side goes outside.
No, both are inside.
Okay.
I think you can torque this to 30 foot-pounds. I don't have a socket for my torque wrench. It's like that, so.
Need to be really tight, you mean?
It's fair. This 30 is not that much. But. Okay, so now we got that in there. Now we've got this piece, and this stuff has to go on the inside of these brake line and ABS line. And the next step is to just compress this by hand. Oops, lost the carriage bolt. Okay, these here. Cool. And now on this side, we have to put this here because there's going to be an air hose going through this piece. P-clamp, then a washer. Let's put it in loose. And then on the front, just put a washer and nylock nut. Nylock means that the nut has a bit of plastic inside it, and it's going to make it so the nut can't back out very easily. I'll put this on loosely as well. Okay, so now it's on loosely. We just kind of have to eyeball it. But the idea is that you can slide this forwards and backwards, and this bottom part left and right. Basically, it needs to be perpendicular to the ground, or just parallel with the way the suspension is going to move. I feel like something like that. So these upper nuts need to be torqued to 15 foot-pounds. 15. So then, looks like in these ones, the bolts pop out kind of equally from both sides. That means this is on relatively straight. Everything's sort of equally torqued down. And then these are torqued, so this should be 10 foot-pounds, which seems really low, but that's what they say. Yeah, okay, they're both 10 foot-pounds for sure. Okay, and now we can make sure this is all, we can adjust this one last time. I think it'll just kind of naturally find its spot where it wants to be. And then you have to torque these to 20 foot-pounds, but like, how the hell are you supposed to torque 20 foot-pounds with just a wrench like this? So just use your arm to estimate, I guess.
Is it really strong?
20's not that high either. Okay, that's probably 20. This side is much more fiddly. And so we'll do the other side, but before we do that, I just don't want to forget, this brake line is kind of touching this bolt, and brake lines are just a little bit malleable, so you can just bend it a little bit and it'll never touch that bolt anymore. And this is the ABS line, and it's rubbing here. So what they want you to do is just pop this out and flip it around. It seems a little ghetto, but alright, that's fine. And so now this isn't going to rub as harshly on that, I suppose, so it should be okay.
Do the same thing on the other side.
This seems so crazy. It's not round, right?
I know, it's gonna make a dent.
Yeah.
And the bottom side is round.
Yeah.
Weird.
This is the heat shield. So this is special for the passenger side because the exhaust goes right by the airbag. And the airbag's made of rubber, and that's hot, so you don't want it to melt. So you put a heat shield there, and that's going to reflect the heat. So you bend it. According to the manual, it needs to be at least ½ inch space between the heat shield and the exhaust, and ½ inch between the heat shield and the airbag. Just make sure it's not going to touch or anything if it moves.
Yeah.
So we're going to install the airline. Basically, I want it to pump up from one valve. But right now with the kit, I would have to pump up each airbag separately. So what we need is a T-fitting to put in the middle of the line, and then that way I can just pump up one side and both sides will come up equally. So we have to go to AutoZone for that. Alright, we got to AutoZone. They didn't really have the T-fitting, and thinking about it, maybe it's nice to have each side adjustable separately, because one side of our van has all the water and tools on it, so it'd be nice to pump up that side a little more. Eventually we'll put a compressor in, and you'll just want each side separately anyways, because the compressor is just going to do all the work anyways. So
You can install the airline anywhere you like.
So you put a nut on, then you put this little washer that kind of has grip on it, and you push it through. Then you put on rubber washer, and normal washer, and a nut. Put this through here, put this through here, and then we'll go like this. Okay, and now it goes into the valve up there. So just kind of like this. And you can just push it onto the valve. It's just like a one-way hose thingy. There we go. So if you pull, it's not going to come off. It kind of locks when you pull. So. Alright, now it's on. Okay. So the line runs through here. Put a little, I think it's heat protection. I'm not sure what the hell that is. And it goes up here, through the frame here, a little zip tie here, through the frame here, and then you can pump it up here. Okay. Should we try to pump it up?
Sure.
We are gonna measure how much height we will get.
Now it's 25.5 centimeters. That's the lowest point of the van. So now Eric is pumping on the passenger side.
Didn't go up?
No?
No? I'm pretty sure it went up.
Really?
Yeah. It says 60 psi. Yeah, you can really see it when you drop it. The van really goes down.
Yeah, but like, it's not really big.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I can see now.
Now both sides are 60 psi and 29.6. So yeah, now we get 4 centimeters high.
We can do 100.
So now driver's side is 100 psi and 31.2 centimeters. You want to pump it up on the passenger side? Okay, now passenger side is 100 psi and 33.2 centimeters.
Okay, so you get like 8 centimeters.
Yeah, about like 8 centimeters. But 100 is too much, right?
Oh, that's the maximum you can put in.
Oh, 100 psi is the maximum you can put in?
Yeah. I think we'll try drive around at 60 and see how it feels.
Cool.
Good.
No scratch. How you feel?
So far, so good.
Do you feel different?
Yeah, it does feel different. I don't know how to explain it though. Maybe it feels a bit more stiff.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. It's well, it's a higher spring rate, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
It's cool.
Why do we choose airbags over maybe helper spring
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left.
or bigger bumpers? Well, air springs are adjustable. You can adjust the pressure in them. The price was pretty good.
So how much was the airbag?
I think it was on Amazon. It's like $330 or something.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of helper springs are even more than that. So, yeah. Whereas the other ones, they're not adjustable. So basically, you put them in, you set it, and forget it. And say we're driving off road or something. Well, we can just pump it up to 100 psi, and the back end will be even higher. And yeah, it'll just be a better situation, I think. So
That's good thinking.
it's nice to have adjustability.
Yeah, flexible is better.
Yeah.
Yes, our life is all flexible.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for watching. See you on next video. Look this time.
Oh, 3 hours, almost just about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Did that include the drive to AutoZone?
No, it's not including. So this is what I started after we put the jack
Okay.
on, and I stopped when we leaving,
Okay.
and yeah,
And then you started when we were doing the air hose stuff?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. Once you figure out the first side, then the second side's like really fast. But the first side's like, oh, what order did things go in? And we actually forgot a few things and had to go backwards a little bit.
It's not bad. It's not like 1 hour, 3 hours.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think if you knew what you're doing,
yeah.
and then you had like a hoist and stuff, and you could stand underneath and use it. But it's pretty easy actually to do. So
That's true.
Yeah.
Next time we can do better.
I don't think we're gonna do it. Have it next time.
That's true.